How did your relationship with partners has changed due to business model change and digital transformation?
Yeah, so I think what's happening is that partners now in the new digital, technological, transformational world, they're needing to learn new skills and develop new capabilities. So historically it was around buying the product, reselling the product. Now they need different sets of skills around security. They need security expertise, security specialization. They need cloud expertise. And the cloud can be either the hybrid cloud, which is on-premise, off-premise, can be private cloud or public cloud. And the reseller now needs the skill set to be able to talk about that. I think it's Fujitsu's role as the vendor to help the reseller learn about those new technologies and the offerings that we have, make them available to the partner and to train them so that they can talk intelligently to their customers about it.
What are the most important skills they need now?
I think the most important skill that they need now is that the profile of the customer has changed. So historically, if you wanted to sell IT, you probably would go and talk to the IT department, the IT director, the chief technology officer. Whereas nowadays what you have to do is you have to find the business line owner. So it could be the head of marketing, it could be the head of business information or data analytics, it could be the head of risk and compliance, regulatory, or it could even be the CEO's office. It could be, the CEO wants to do something different with his customer data, and he maybe wants to combine data from his own data set, but also from external sources. And so I think, what the resellers are having to do now is they're having to broaden the number of people that they are selling to.
What are the new opportunities and challenges for Fujitsu partners? How to transfer the relationship with customers to the higher level?
Well, I think there are many opportunities. With everything that we see that's going on with the Internet of Things, everything that we see with robotics and artificial intelligence, Gartner and IDC talk about 50 billion connected devices. All of this is going to create data. All of that data needs analyzing. And so the opportunity for the channel partners is to become a trusted advisor, the person that helps the customer, analyze that data, collect all of that data, get it into a data lake, into a storage environment, be able to connect up with all the devices, have a hyper-connected world. I think the opportunity, because of this growth in data, is exponential. I think it really is going to be a huge opportunity. The challenge really is that the channel partner's got to become a bit more of an expert in how to deliver business outcome type solutions.
How can you compare the old model of relationship to the new digital reality?
Yeah, I think the old model, which was an IT product driven resale, was very much around the vendor, making his product price list and services available to the reseller, and advertising any services that are attached. Whereas I actually think the new model, you don't really talk about product. What you talk about is the solution, you talk about the business outcome, you talk about what the business is trying to achieve, and then from that you come back to what are the capabilities and the offerings that you have, and how are they relevant to what the customer is trying to achieve. So I think the fundamental change is that 3 or 4 or 5 years ago it was okay for a vendor to have a product, a price list, some marketing development funds and a message. Now it isn't. Now you need to be talking about what is the customer's project, what is the solution, the business outcome that they're trying to achieve, and it probably is going to take some collaborative or co-creation of services, some which the partner might provide and some which Fujitsu might provide. So I think we're entering a much more collaborative type environment where we have some skills, the reseller has some skills. So it's not just about buy and resell. Yeah, it's about co-creating and developing things together.
So your partner is now learning this co-creation idea of collaboration?
Yeah, no, I think they are. And I think for me, co-creation has different levels. So there is a co-creation that exists between vendor and between the reseller. Obviously, they need to develop a solution together. But actually, you can't co-create between vendor and reseller without the customer. So you actually need the three-way co-creation, which is the customer, the customer decides what business outcomes he wants. So you have a co-creation that exists between customer, reseller and vendor. But one of the other things we're seeing a little bit of is that actually sometimes two partners might work together, two resellers might work together and co-create a solution for a customer and a vendor. So you can end up with a sort of a co-creation at a multi-level type, multi-dimensional approach, where there can be several partners, a vendor and a customer involved in co-creation around a project. So I don't think it's not a one-dimensional thing between reseller and vendor. It's a multi-dimensional thing where when you're working on a project, you need multiple skill sets.
Last question. Are your partners now learning new technologies? I mean, artificial intelligence, IoT, or they already own these competences?
I think it depends on the partner. Some partners, for sure, are specialized around big data, analytics, perhaps even artificial intelligence. But the majority of partners are not. For the majority of partners, this is new technology. And one of the things that Fujitsu is very, very keen to do is we've redesigned our partner accreditation, partner expert accreditation program, so that we want to help teach partners how to sell big data with analytics, how to sell security, how to sell cloud, right? Because we recognize that not all of the resellers are necessarily going to have the skills that they require in order to engage with their customers. Yeah? So we see it incumbent upon Fujitsu to make that training and that awareness available to the reseller. Yeah? So I think ultimately most partners are going to get there. Most partners will become digitally enabled. They'll sell security, they'll sell cloud, they'll sell security. Some partners maybe not. Some partners may get a little bit left behind and think, I was really comfortable buying product and reselling it, and I'm not really comfortable with where this is going. Those guys have to decide whether they want to stay in the business or not. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.